making this intro as short as I possibly can. It's been by the name of Kawaii. Had submitted a build for Pyramid Head that consists of Trail of Torment, Tinkerer, Eruption, Pop. In this video, you'll see the synergy of all of these perks, which is really good. It works really well together, especially catching people off guard with Trail directly after kicking a Tinkerer to Gen, because they usually come back. However, I only got one good game out of this, because the first one, which we'll see very last, is an exact example of what I mean by there's nothing you can do. All they did was just hold W, ran away from me, and I couldn't really catch up with them fast. You know, it's Pyramid Head, even though I am the normal movement speed. It's still pretty slow, and the second I miss one, it's going to set me back even more. There was nothing I could do about that match at all, and you'll see exactly why. And if you think there was something I could do different, point out what I could do differently. I go for it. And I'll tell you if you're right or wrong. I'll explain why you're wrong, actually, if you tell me that match should have been different, unless I was Blight or Nurse. Second match, the exact same thing was about to happen, but instead, because I actually had to play like, you know, mean, they just threw. So, these matches right now are not fun at all. Like, not even by the slightest. And anyone that's seen any of my other videos, especially the one with Wesker, where it says, you know, intense game is Wesker, you'd know I don't mind losing if it's against people that are fun or know what they're doing or can loop me, not just holding mouse 1 and W. But yeah, making this intro short, let's get into it. Possibly the worst map for Pyramid Head. Whoa, not even possibly, just straight is. The parts that go upwards, you can't use this power there. Anything that's like where you have to aim upwards, bad. Also, we're playing a lot more aggressive right now. Or at least I am. I'm gonna have to. These have been like the sweatiest games I've played in a while now. So, anybody that doesn't like tunneling, I advise you look away now. Because there's just no way I'm gonna be able to show this guy's build off if I don't. Look at this. Look at all that distance, man. All for that one hit. Now I gotta come back here and handle this guy. I've had to play 3 matches. Usually I play like 1. The first one that I played as Pyramid, bunch of W gamers, didn't last long, because I can't really do anything if you're just holding W all match. No, you are not about to do that. Yeah, no, that was about to be an unbreakable play. I mean, not unbreakable. Buck up for the people play right there. Now with this guy in danger, I can safely handle this. Some of you are probably saying right now, blah, 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 tunnel this, tunnel that. It's a strat, man. I'm going to, at the end of this video, I'm going to show you what happens when you don't, or at least when you do it too late. In that match, there was nothing I could have done. I had to get someone out of the way. And even then, I just waited too long because I was trying to play nice. And the main reason why that was an L game, they held W and gen rushed. Didn't even run any gen rushing perks. It doesn't take much to gen rush. Hold mouse 1, run across the entire map. Look at this call out doing that. I'm gonna lose the gen behind me. I need this girl down. Once I miss that, it's over. Gotta turn around. And that works. You might be saying, well, don't miss. Pyramid Head's power is easy to get out of the way. Unless I'm playing like Blight or Nurse, majority of the time in those types of games, you just lose. And there's a reason I don't like playing them. Blight, maybe. Light takes way more skill than Nurse. There we go. That was a miss? That's crazy. Turning in like the weirdest direction, man. Alright. Alright, Dwight, come on. Let's go, buddy. However, I was saying, overall synergy with this build is nice. That was completely me right there. I'm not even gonna lie. And these videos are gonna be shown completely out of the order I did them. The last one's gonna be the match I'm talking about, where there's just nothing I could have done at all. Middle one is one where it was about to happen, like the very last match. But instead I had PP piss survivors that threw. It's only good when they win. You know what I mean? I love those kinds of games. Claudette's following behind me very, very... I have to injure her first, otherwise I'm screwed here. I have to get this guy out of the way. There we go. I was hoping I could just use that as some kind of like leverage. Maybe he wouldn't be as aggressive. But no, bro, just finished a gen right in front of my face. I have to handle that immediately. And the synergy that I was talking about before, that you'll see eventually, these go really well, especially with Eruption. Wow, that's crazy. I didn't know there's more people on this. Pop already decimates the gen. Tinkerer lets you know which ones you need to kick. It's really nice. I actually like this a lot. The issue is it's missing Shadowborn. I'm kidding. Shadowborn's on top. In fact, I run Shadowborn so much, Killer doesn't even feel right without it. Only getting basement right here, just so I could see how well I can kind of torment them when they come out. That's somewhat blocked off, and as long as I'm like in the area, I can try and force them to have to torment. I was looking around for scratch marks. All right, she killed herself. Here we go, see? Now I'm undetectable. That's hit by Eruption. I'm gonna try and catch someone off guard, like this guy here. And then the Eruption goes off. Now this is really nice, especially with the Trail of Torment buff. Why didn't you just drop down? I thought this guy was closer. There we go. Now I'm still undetectable because they haven't touched that. I know he probably spawned on this side. Let me guess in here? No. Alright. He spawned over there. In that general corner. I don't think Claudette's gonna go for him though. She's probably scared, especially because of the fact that I'm still undetectable. Yeah, I see him. Yeah, no, she wouldn't. kind of hoping that would buy me enough time to even find her. Now he's gonna kill himself. Look at that. Ooh, look over here. Her. Well, she just kind of held W until she died. Lol. Alright, well, that's the best I can show this build off. I kind of wish there was more to it, but yeah. At least you get to see the synergy I was talking about, why it works well. I give this a 10 out of 10. But, yeah. I guess I'm going to show the games that went horribly wrong. Okay, let's do this. Kind of worried based on how the last match went. The match right before this, I'm going to show it as, like, after this one. Or at least after this game. I'm going to show it as an example of the type of matches I completely despise in this game. All they did was just hold W and then stayed on gens. Everyone was on completely separate gens. It's the exact scenario I talk about that I hate the most. They didn't loop me or anything. They just ran. And based on the fact that for some odd reason, they just seem so ridiculously fast. Or not ridiculously fast, but it took such a long time to catch up whenever they did do that. Even if I used my power to attempt to down them, it would punish me way, way more. Because they're still just going forward. And Pyramid Head gets slower when he uses his power, too. Don't forget that. Something else I find really, really annoying. I'm just gonna get this out of the way. So I was able to show off a tiny bit of the build. But the only reason I'm keeping them is to give an example of what I'm talking about. And that's it. I wasn't even able to really show the build off that was suggested. It just wasn't possible. Alright, he sees me. Can I catch this girl off guard? Like, even here they're doing it, and it's gonna get more and more difficult to really do anything. I was expecting this guy to come back, not gonna lie. These matches this morning are just actually insane. Alright, this guy's gotta go then. I'm gonna have to play way more aggressive now. There's like no way around it. They did say they increased the MMR, but I wasn't really expecting much. This is definitely different. As with increasing MMR, yeah, there'll be some new players, or at least some players that are good. But like majority of the time, is just monkeys like this. They're just mouse 1 W, mouse 1 W, mouse 1 W. It's this kind of stuff that like made me not want to play anymore anyway. And there's only just one moron, but even then, watch, she's just gonna hold W and then go crazy. I have to capitalize off this. Other guys inside. Now they're throwing because they know the game's up. That looked like it went straight through her. That's crazy. I don't want you reaching your team. I was gonna say, if that's not a hit, then I'm just getting off. She literally went straight through that rails of the Trails of Torment. That was on the other side. What a crazy 4%. Alright, well, this game is basically over. I'm just going to cut this here, then. Alright. Gas Heaven. It's whatever. Glad you submitted a pyramid, then. One, though, because I've been meaning to do some more pyramid. I don't really run Trails of Torment on really anything besides Myers on Infinite Tier 3. Usually catches people off guard. I'm probably going to try it on Chucky, because Lil Bro's so small. Alright. What, are you running Sprinters? They had literally just gotten on that gen right there. Walking over here, I assume. Okay. So, this is a match where they're going to be holding W for about 85% of the game. That gen has more progress. You have to play this one differently. What? You don't have any scratch marks? I was gonna try and lead him away from Shaq, but actually, you know what? Shaq isn't even bad with Pyramid Head. You kind of want people to go to Shaq. Alright, well, I have to play a lot differently now. There we go. I turned this area right here into a choke point tiny bit. Even though he was a bit far, he wasn't expecting it. Mentality type stuff. However, all these people are going to do are going to hold W, which is the only thing I hate when I play Pyramid Head. Which one of these do I want to keep, actually? So this is what I like about Tinkerer. I'm able to try and defend this. And Pop goes very, very well with it, too. Plus, Trails of Torment. I'm already liking this build. Gonna try and stay out of view a tiny bit. This guy's gonna have to go. You can say whatever you want about tunneling. But I promise you, holding forward is the most broken thing in the game. It wastes so much time. If I'm gonna get anywhere close to even completing this, I've got to do this. Hopefully I make it to this gen, actually. I'm trying to use the fact that she's trying to avoid all loops to get her in pretty open areas. She's also tormented now. It's really, really good for me. Hopefully I can psych her out of doing anything with this. Jesus, dude. Oh my god. This is gonna be a really, really fun one. Someone's gonna go quick there. If I don't get this girl out of the game before the last gen, not even before any gen pops, I basically just lose. I'm gonna hold this down to just psych her out of a lot of things. They move at the last second, man. Alright, just hold it. Just hold it with her. Hold it with her. Yeah, I lost this actually. Best I can do is just try and get her out of the way before the last gen. And see where that goes. God damn, dude! Like in a gameplay perspective, what do you want me to do right here? There's not, this is what I meant before. If you've seen any of my other videos, I talk about scenarios like this. If all survivors on completely different gens, completely separated from you, right? No matter what, you're just bound to lose. No matter what, you're bound to lose. And that's what I hate. I don't like matches like this. Because there's not anything I could do about it. I'm just supposed to lose, and that's it. And she's gonna hold W across the entire map too. And she makes it. She absolutely 100% will make it. I'm gonna show this as an example of the gameplay I'm talking about. They didn't even have to do anything right there. They literally just held W, and that was it. And me personally, I don't see that as very fair gameplay. You're basically doing nothing and then just winning. I also don't know why my games are just so like weird this morning. Whatever.